See ya.
Sorry,
Okay.
indulgence.
Oh, you've got an indulgence on the screen. Right. There you go. Welcome everyone to the assessment briefing for the leadership profile assessment task. Here it is on your screen now. I'm just quickly going to take you through it. Uh, so your task description is to write a 1,000 word Christian leader profile which showcases the impact of a significant figure from Christian history. Explore their contributions, the connections between their beliefs and actions, and how their legacy resonates in today's Christian community. Da, 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 da. So, your first task obviously is to select who you're going to profile. Here's the criteria: they must have made a significant difference to the world or society. Okay? The achievements must have brought some kind of social, ethical, or moral change. There must be a connection between what they believed and what they did. You need to be able to relate what they did to modern day life, the world in which we now live. So some examples include George Mueller, William Wilberforce, who's the guy credited with ending slavery, Billy Graham, everyone should know that name, Hudson Taylor, Amy Carmichael, Mother Teresa, Catherine von Bora, who was Martin Luther's wife. We didn't cover her tonight. But that's just one of many. You can choose anybody that we discussed tonight, we didn't discuss tonight. Um, you know, options are endless, really. So your profile should be written report format as an article piece or a PowerPoint or multimedia presentation. You go as creative as you like. I'm just looking for the 1,000 words. Okay. It needs to be produced in such a way that it could be used as a basis for an inspirational and motivation presentation to a Christian audience. That does not mean I need slides. It does not mean I need beautiful colors, but I should be able to take what you've given me and run with it and use it in a presentation in some form. That can just be, columns so it looks like an article or written in a way that I can present to an audience. It needs to highlight at least two areas of ethical change. It needs to show the connection between Bible teaching and these changes. So, for example, if you're doing Mother Teresa, what's the connection between the Bible and the way that she cared for people? I'm sure you'll be able to make that connection. You must be able to compare or apply what they did and believed to today's world and discuss how this might influence what the church today could do. So, for example, you're doing Billy Graham and his passion for souls. How does that play out in today's world? Shouldn't be too hard. He didn't die that long ago. Give your view of what motivated this person to act and include a reference to how your God-given conscience might lead you to act in future as a result of studying this person's life. I like that. You need to describe what their leadership style was. You think, hey, where did that come from? Well, if you've done your leadership development plan, you had to discuss leadership styles. You need to go read your notes, all right, and pick one of the styles. And think, you weren't there, you didn't see them lead, but based on what you've read, what do you think their leadership style might be? List the attributes, beliefs, ideas, and values that this person demonstrated which supports effective leadership. Refer to at least two scriptures. Refer to each set of notes for this subject at least once. Please highlight that. You need to have a reference from each of the set of the PDF notes. These are not my slides, these are the PDF notes on your online platform. Refer to at least four other sources of credible information. That'll be easy. Really, if you're going to do any sort of research on this person, you're going to look up at least four sources. So, you know, you want sources on Billy Graham, Mother Teresa, Mueller, Catherine Kuhlman, whoever. You're going to find so much stuff. So that'll be easy. Include at least one picture or illustration. You know what the easiest one to do there? Get their portrait photo, stick it in there, and you've got a picture. So it doesn't have to be hand drawn, just anything you find. Okay. Um, so we'll go down and look at the assessment criteria. These are what I need to tick. So it's inspirational or motivational. I'm sure it will be. Two areas of ethical change, connection between the Bible and what they did, compare their achievements and beliefs to current churches, um, discuss their potential motivations and how it's going to affect you, describe their leadership style, identify their attributes, beliefs, and ideas. A lot of this is double up. I think if you just write a good article on someone, you're going to naturally cover all these things. So my advice to you is write a good, 800 words, go through and tick off, and if there's anything you missed, then you spend your last 100 words making sure you've covered that up. And then this is all the referencing and other points that need to be included. So last year, we had a few Billy Graham entrants. There was someone else that got a lot. I forget who it was. It wasn't Mother Teresa. I reckon there was 3 people who did the same person. Can't remember. The only thing I would say to you, don't choose someone from the Bible. Okay? So we're talking church history. We're talking post-Acts. All right? Even though the church did start in Acts. So don't choose Peter or Paul. Choose someone that you're going to have to look outside your Bible to find out the bulk of the information about them. You can go back as far as you like. You can go back to the Reformation. You can go back to 800s if you can find someone. The majority of you probably going to choose someone from the last 100 to 150 years, and that's totally fine. And I think that's great. You'll learn a lot. Again, I would encourage you, choose someone you don't know much about. Learn something. If you're already an expert on someone, what's the point in that? Go and find someone that you don't know too much about. Maybe you've heard, you've been interested by. Catherine Kuhlman to me. I think she's great. Smith Wigglesworth, maybe, if you don't know much about him. Go and find someone that we mentioned as who helped establish the Australian Christian churches. Our first superintendent, maybe. And learn about our denomination, whatever you think. Any questions from the gallery? Go, Fleur.
Can I do C.S. Lewis, Ben?
Yes, absolutely you can do C.S. Lewis. I think he'd be great. Yes. Meg.
Just when it's due.
Oh, good. So according to your plan, it would have been due this Friday, but push that back. So first of all, can I just say, I put a little bit of a challenge out last week for people to submit, catch up on assessments, and I got flooded the last 7 days. So well done, everyone. Who put in the hard yards to get some assessments in. That's really cool. But I mean, we're not meeting each other again until October. I would say, give yourself a 2-week deadline. It's only 1,000 words, and get it done by the end of semester 3 here, which would be September 19. Would be cool. But we're not meeting again until October. So there you go. Any other questions? No, we're good. Excellent. This is one of the longer ones, 1,000 words. A lot of the stuff you've done so far has been 500. But what I'm noticing is that none of you can keep it to 500 anyway. So 1,000 should suit you all just fine. You do some decent research, you describe a little bit about them, you'll be at 1,000 before you know it. Thanks for your time tonight. I hope you got something out of it. And I'll see you in 4 weeks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.